The Holy Spirit can do some pretty cool things when you invite him into your life. When you say, Holy Spirit, come into my life, come into my day. What should I do with the time that I have right now? And it's happened all throughout my walk in becoming born again as a Christian believer. One of them happened this weekend, actually, that was pretty cool encounter. I live out in the country, so I decided to head out to the cabin that I have out there. And before I did, I was going to the gym, as I usually do. I find it's a good time to speak with the Holy Spirit and just reconnect on that term. And going to the gym, it was probably right around 7 o'clock that I got there. Got into the gym about halfway through my workout, and all of a sudden I had this feeling of, oh man, did I lock my keys inside the car? I know that I didn't, because I am diligent on when I leave for the gym and when I leave anywhere, I make sure that I take the keys out and I put them in my pocket. So I'm like, no, I definitely know that I didn't lock my keys in my car, but that feeling was heavy on me. So I finished up my workout. Nighttime was upon us, and it was probably right around 8:30, 9 o'clock by the time I started driving home. So I'm driving home, and it's the back roads kind of in the country. Not too many people are out in the country at this hour, just because it's an older neighborhood and it is the country. So the roads are fairly bare. The odd car goes by every now and again. So I have about a 20-minute drive to get home. Halfway through my drive, I slow down to make a right-hand turn, and all of a sudden these two people, they come out of nowhere with their arms up and hands raising. So I pull over on the side of the road, and they're like, yeah, so we locked our keys and our phone in our car at the park that's just around the corner. Would you be able to help us out and call CAA for us? I said, yeah, no worries, let me pull over. So I pull the car over, and I was just asking them, so do you know where you dropped your keys at? I don't have any service right now to call CAA, but I do have a phone, and what we can do is, if you have an idea of where your keys are, if you dropped them outside your car, or if you need them to get inside your car to hit the door locks or something like that, we can use the light on my phone. So they said, yeah, okay, let's do that. So they got in and got their names and started talking. And I said to them, well, yeah, no, the Lord knew that this was happened, and he sent me to kind of help you guys out. So we drove in. There was their car parked at the park there. So we decided to try to get a stick in through the window, because they had a sunroof open up through the window. I pointed my vehicle's lights at it so it would illuminate it, and then my phone's light, I pointed at the inside to illuminate it as well. So the woman gets up on top and starts putting a stick in through the window and tries to get her unlock button on her keys inside. Doesn't work. A couple of minutes later, she said she's going to try to hit the unlock button on the door, actually. And lo and behold, boom, it unlocked. So we were only there 5 minutes or so. But I guess overall, they've been locked out of their car for a little over an hour, is what they were saying. And I found it so interesting. The Holy Spirit is omniscient and omnipotent. So he's everywhere all at once, and he's all-knowing, is what both of those two words mean. And I found it so interesting, because a couple nights before, for my devotion, I had written down that I wanted to be the light for people in the darkness. Excuse me. And the Holy Spirit, he's like, okay, no problem. I will literally make you be the light for these people in the darkness, because they were in the dark. They didn't have any light because their phone was in their car. They didn't have any flashlights. So here I am. He sent me there, and to help them out, used my flashlight, and Bob's your uncle. And I just found it so interesting that even beforehand, when I was working out, that I had the feeling of losing keys, that I locked my keys inside the car. And I'm just, obviously you don't think anything of it when these things happen, that, okay, no, something must have happened, and I just had this feeling for whatever reason, right? And then 15, 20 minutes later, or an hour and a bit later, boom, these people come up to me. Hey, we locked our keys inside our car. So these things came together, and I found it so interesting that the Holy Spirit put that feeling onto me during a workout about locking my keys inside my car, even though that it wasn't for me. That in my declaration a couple nights ago, that he obviously knew that I had written down that I wanted to be a light for those people lost in the darkness, and put it all together and came across those people and helped them out. So I encourage you, invite the Holy Spirit into your day, into your life, into whatever it is you're doing. Ask the Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, I invite you into my life today. What is it that you want me to do with this time? It could be anything. It could be that you're going to the grocery store. It could be that you're going for a drive. It could be you're going to the gym, for instance. It literally could be anything that you invite the Holy Spirit for. Not to say that he's not with us believers all the time anyway, which he is, but it just adds more emphasis on it to say, Holy Spirit, I recognize that you're here with me, and I just want you to be a part of my life even more so. And some of the things that have happened in doing so, and in doing that, and in being tuned to the Holy Spirit, have been some amazing things that happened in my life. And this is just only one example. So many more examples. And it's usually the things I find that are normal, that are almost mundane tasks that you do almost every day. Like I say, it could be going to get groceries. It could be, for instance, I had another encounter where, I don't know, I just kept on getting this feeling to go get Subway because I wanted Subway for the past couple days. And I put it off. And then finally I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get some Subway. And then this person lost their dog. So I was out helping this person find their dog. And if I hadn't listened to this inclination to go get Subway, I wouldn't have been able to talk to this person, help them find their dog. And it's happened in so many situations. Same with I was coming home from town. Just randomly decided to go to town to get some groceries at a random time, and coming home from town, seeing there was a hitchhiker on the side of the road. And I've hitchhiked in my life, and I will always pick up a hitchhiker just because I know what it's like to hitchhike. So I pulled over onto the side of the road, and the woman gets in, take her down, and she says, I've been praying to the Lord. My feet hurt. My back hurts. I've been out, all morning, and I've been praying for a ride. And I looked at her and I said, darling, the Lord heard your prayers, because he sent me to pick you up, is what I said to her. And it's just crazy, the things that happen when you look at the not even the bigger picture, but when you just look at and keep yourself open to the possibilities of little things turning into big things. Because when I said to her that the Lord heard your prayers and sent me to pick you up, she kind of looked at me and she's like, oh, yeah, that's true. And you could see like almost a light in her face, kind of be like, yeah, that's right. That is so true. So I just wanted to share a couple of those stories to, encourage you to invite the Holy Spirit into your lives, into your day, into your time. And some pretty cool stories will come up from it. God bless you. Keep your feet on that narrow path and have your light shine bright. See you later.